Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Michael Carver, and today, on this bright, beautiful afternoon, I'm going to be able to teach you guys how to do a little good sport called archery. And to kick things off, we need to understand the terminology and the importance of archery, as well as the safety rules and regulations of what not to do in archery. And third most important part is the fun aspect of archery. And in order to understand archery itself, you need to understand the tools that you got. So, what I have in my hand is basically a bow. And a bow is basically like this long arch bent over material. It could either be like wood, pastel, or plastic. And what's making these arches is this bow right here. And this bow is pretty strong and it wiggles too. So that gives you like the extra like power boost or inertia to follow through. And since we're going to be using only a training bow, I have right here is a handle. And right next to this handle right here is basically what helps hold the arrows together. So that way it doesn't like fall off or loosey loose. And another part is the arrow itself, the tool that you are shooting with. And what the arrow does is that it has like this very end tip called an arrowhead. And an arrowhead is basically a way to like push through any like objects or people that go through. And depending on how sharp or dangerous the arrowhead is, it's usually very lethal. And over the ends are basically two components that will help in your aim as well as the amount of arrows that you're holding. And what I have is three feathers, and I have one color that is different from the other two, which gives me a better understanding of where to aim at when I'm using a bow. And the final end tip of it, right here, is the end tip. And the end tip is usually what you put on the bowstring, and it's usually like correlates with the feathers anyways, so that way you could like pull it and then you could like shoot at it. And archery is one of the oldest tools in humanity that has been going on for thousands upon thousands of years. And it was originally used by a lot of hunter gatherers as a way to catch prey in like long range distance to attack. Whereas you just got a spear and you like throw at it. And over time, archery has been used a lot more in terms of warfare and support for the front lines because they provide like a lot of backup in terms of like long distance enemy shots as well as like the amount of arrows that you like shoot per shot or per minute. And English longbowmen are one of the most famous archers out there you could find. They're usually originated in like Wales or England, and they have like this old law where it's required by everyone to understand how to use a bow and arrow. And this helped them a lot in terms of battle prestige and tactics like Agincourt, Crécy, and Poitiers. And that was just one war. A lot of wars and battles were like influenced by the bow and arrow. But it over time just disappeared and was replaced by gunpowder thanks to like large innovations and techniques that adopted from archery. And archery nowadays is used as a form of a sport where They like compete in like target hits for points, similar like darts where you throw at bars or pubs. And second thing I want to tell you guys is what not to do in archery. So one of the first things to do is that when you're like trying to aim it, don't hold it too long or move the arrow around. Because if you move the arrow around, you gotta like slowly like release it, and then it will like fly off over there. But it's also gonna hurt your arm over here. And if you did the correct way of shooting an arrow, one of the best ways to do it is just to like reset, do it over again. So what you do is that you grab your arrow up top, and then you like point it towards the ground and try to like connect it to the bowstring. Once you got that, you hold your finger a little bit right here so it gives them a little support. And then afterwards, you take a deep breath in and out like yoga. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And once we got all that done, then what you could do is that you concentrate all your energy, and then you like breathe in to like draw it out, but make sure that the arrow is on there. And then afterwards, you draw. And now once you like shoot it and hit the target, you gotta come towards this target right here, which has a series of points that you get. This is one of the crossbow versions that I got. But one of the things you want to do is that instead of just like pulling it with one hand because it will fall, what you want to do is that you want to hold on to the target or object and try not to like hurt yourself too much. And then you just pull it. And when you have an arrow in your hand, either a satchel or a bag, you want to like store it in here in case of battle. But if you are in battle and you have like a lot of arrows that you can't carry all around, all you gotta do is draw it out, hit it on the ground, and that way it saves you a lot of weight as well as pressure from it. And now we get to the goodies, and that's the fun part. So move this out of the way, and then we're going to be hitting a target towards that blue white box over there. And then I'm gonna show this to you again one more time because I feel this is really important, all right? So what you wanna do is that you look towards that box over there, and then you like take deep breaths in and out. I like this way a lot more because it helps me a lot more relax and relaxes your muscles as well. And then what you wanna do is that you make sure that the white feather is aiming towards the ground rather than a green one, because if you only have like one out of three colors, it's probably the best way to use that as like a eye sights for it. So what you do is that you pull, you lift your arms up, arms bent a little bit, pull it out, hold, hold your breath, and then fire, and then you shoot. Now we're gonna do this one more time, and that's only just to like get warmed up. So all you gotta do is that you pull your arrow, lock it in with your handle. Make sure the arrow is on tight with the end tip. Look at the target over there and basically take deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, and then you lift it up, you aim, hold your air breath, and fire. And I say that's a great shot. And if you didn't get your first shot, that's okay, because it's never that easy. And thank you guys for following me through the instructions of what to do and what not to do in archery, as well as the understanding of why archery is really cool and a little bit of fun. And I hope you guys will take this as inspiration for the Summer Olympics. See ya!